your girl, Gotta Drop It Diva. I know I have been MIA for quite some time, but I am back. I am back with some great news. I have lost a total of 30 pounds in 2 weeks. That's right, I'm feeling great. 30 pounds in 2 weeks. And if you want to know what I've done to be able to lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks, then stay tuned. Don't go anywhere and just keep on watching. I had to consult with the surgeon, which I did. I had to see a psychiatrist. And at first I was like, well, why do you have to see a psychiatrist? Let me tell y'all, this journey has been emotional roller coaster, up, down, highs, lows, you name it. So I understand why you're required to see a psychiatrist. You're supposed to go to support classes. Well, again, we're in the middle of the pandemic, so I was not able to go physically into any support classes. So they set up like a support group on Facebook, and that's how I was able to get that in. And then you also had to meet with a nutritionist. Couldn't meet with the nutritionist again because of the pandemic. So, I mean, they set it up real nice, so it wasn't too bad. The hospital stopped doing surgery, at least here in Florida. They stopped doing any type of surgeries unless it was major surgery up until May. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to get my surgery done this year. And I started kind of panicking, like, I've been following everything, and you're with your insurance, they're so particular. If you don't meet these specific requirements, like if I didn't go to my doctor consistently for 6 months, let's say I missed one appointment, I would have to start the whole process over again. So I was like in panic mode, because I'm like, any moment, they could shut everything back down or say you can't come into the hospital. So needless to say, I got through all of that, like everything that happened, I panicked. What do you know? We missed my appointment number 6. Some kind of way we counted January, but it didn't actually start until February. And it was like the 30th of the month before we recognized that we forgot that. And that was like the only other thing hindering me from being able to proceed with my surgery. So I called my doctor panicking, like, I need to get in the doctor today. And I think the month had 31 days. I'm like, I gotta get in here. I need to see you. Otherwise my insurance is gonna make me start everything over. He was like, calm down. I got you. So once that was done, I had to wait for the insurance approval. So I want to say it maybe took like 20 days for my insurance approval to come back, to say I was approved for the surgery. So once I got that approval saying, hey, you're approved for the bariatric sleeve surgery, y'all. And I'm so glad I had set up me a support team, because I had a friend that had the surgery about 3 years ago, and it was successful. But yeah, I was a wreck. And honestly, my initial thought of saying I'm going to have the surgery, like, people are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Outside of my friend that I knew that had the surgery, I didn't have a whole lot of support. I told the guy that I was dating, and it was kind of like, you don't need to do that. I told my mother, she was like, you don't need to do it. You can do it on your own. And my thought was, that's easier said than done. Like, if I was able to do it on my own, don't you think it would have been done already? Like, it was like, duh. But anyway, I didn't let that sway me. I'm one of those type of people, once I put in my mind, I'm going to do something, I go ahead and follow through with it 100%. And I didn't let anybody deter me, to make sure nothing was going on with my heart, get blood work done. I mean, it's a long process. And I will say this, for those people who say, oh, you take a surgery is the easy route, that's the lazy route, get that out your mind, because this by far has been when I tell you it's been a journey, and of all my weight loss journeys I have been on, this one has been rough. Because you know how you'll go on a diet, you put yourself on a diet, and you may sneak or eat different foods and things like that. But baby, let me tell you, when a doctor tell you, I'm gonna cut on you, I'm gonna cut on your stomach, and you cannot eat these things, that's a whole different ball game. And you want to talk about having to test your willpower. So people have different requirements. I'm not a smoker, thankfully, so I didn't have to worry about stop smoking, but I did have to do a liquid diet, almost pretty much a clear liquid diet for 7 days prior to my surgery. Depending on your BMI, some people have to do 2, or, you know, different doctors have different recommendations. But so I started off on my 7-day detox. All I could have was like smoothies, broth of soup, popsicles, Jello, Gatorade, water. That was pretty much it. So somebody was either coming up to me with a cup with a drink in it, or a plate trying to get me to eat food, and I held out, y'all. I was tough. My daughter was like, "Mommy, you can't eat this," and then that was the other challenge. Like, I can't eat, I gotta drink all this stuff, but I still had to provide for my family. I mean, I'm cooking meals. Honestly, the thing that kept me sane was when I would crave something, I would cook it for my family. I would watch them eat, and I got sheer pleasure of watching them eat. And then I stayed watching Food Network. Everybody's like, "Why are you torturing yourself?" I'm like, it is actually helping me not cheat. I had it on September 30th, 2020. When I went into the hospital, and I hate that I didn't start my journey then. It wasn't until like a week ago I decided I wanted to blog about this, because I wasn't even sure that I even wanted to tell people about my surgery or anything else, because like I said, people are, I don't know, but this is my journey. I said I'm going to do my journey how I want to do my journey, and I could care less what other people think about it. And that's my mindset going into it. And honestly, I feel like you get more support from complete strangers than you do from your family in most cases. Not saying your family is not concerned and things like that, but sometimes they just don't know what to say, or they don't say the right thing. So I figured, I've been on here blogging about my journey. I want to give you guys some updates about what's going on. So I had my surgery on September 30th. I was the first one to have my surgery. I think I had to be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. My surgery was at 7:30. They did all the prepping and everything for the surgery. Honestly, I remember heading to the surgery room, but it wasn't anesthesia, but they gave me something before I even made it to the surgery room. I don't even remember going in the doors to the surgery room. I don't remember anything. All I remember was waking up in my room, and I was out of it. I was out of it. I remember I would sit up, say 2 words, go back to sleep. Surgery, you're supposed to be able to go home the next day. I couldn't go home the next day because I couldn't keep the fluids down. All they were bringing me was like these little 1-ounce medicine cups of water. And every time I tried to drink it, it would come back up. And then they gave me like some Gatorade, some popsicles. I didn't want any of that. So that was kind of the weird part of my surgery. That was the downside. I will say I don't regret anything about my surgery. I am 3 weeks out, 3 weeks post-op. So I had my surgery 3 weeks ago yesterday. I have lost 29 pounds. I lost 29 pounds in 2 weeks. So when I started the journey, I was at 290. That was my highest weight I've ever been in my life. And like I said, I'm 41 years old. I think I put on a good 25 pounds during the pandemic. So like I said, I'm 3 weeks in. I'm going to start blogging going forward. But yes, your girl is down 29 pounds to be exact. I started at 290 or 291. I didn't even take pictures of the scale. I just have what the hospital gave me, because I kind of started avoiding scales. I started avoiding cameras. I kind of started avoiding everything. Cravings are still there. And like I said, I don't regret anything about this surgery. So I will say this, and I'm going to be done for today. Anybody who's considering going through that journey, make sure it's your journey. You're doing it for you. and not anybody else. Like, my mother keeps saying, I just feel like you could have did it on your own. Okay, that's what you feel like, that you're entitled to your opinion, but I did what I felt was best for me. So now, what I can't do, you know, a lot of people have the surgery and that's it, and they expect everything just to fall off. Like, you still got to put in work. So other than that, I am happy. I'm feeling so much better. I have stairs in my house, and before walking up and down the stairs, by the time I get to the top, I felt like I was gonna black out. My knees would be hurting. That's not hurting anymore. I feel lighter. I just feel better. I feel refreshed. And I just got clearance from my doctor, so I pretty much should be able to do a lot more things. I'm still taking it easy with the foods I try. The biggest thing I have to learn how to do, I always have been a fast eater, so I'm learning how to slow down and actually chew my food. And then you can't drink and eat at the same time. So that's been a little bit of a struggle. But other than that, like I said, guys, I am happy. I am in a better plan on trying to post videos once a week. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it on Saturdays or Sundays, because those are my off days. So I think it gives me more time to like get my videos done, edit them and things like that. But I promise you guys, I am back. I made this decision, so I am about to run with it. So again, like my page. You don't want to miss anything. Hit that notification so you'll be notified when I post these videos, and I will be talking to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.